contributing to the lives of others, service, charity, and community support. Your journey was never meant to be just about you. When I began my inner reset, I was focused entirely on myself, on my pain, my dreams, searching for that one answer, who am I? But somewhere along the way, the path shifted, and I saw something greater. Because the true reset doesn't end when you become better, it ends when your renewed self begins to impact others. Not with advice, not with words, but through presence, through example, through action. 1. Service is the choice of the strong. For a long time, I believed you could only help others when your life was perfect. But I've learned that service doesn't start with abundance, it starts with the heart. To serve isn't to lower yourself, it's a path of dignity. It's the courage to see another's pain and say, I'm with you, I see you, I won't walk away. True leaders serve, true people help. And the more you grow, the more capacity you have to uplift others. 2. Charity isn't about money. It's a state of soul. I've seen millionaires give nothing, and I've seen people with only bread share it with their neighbor. You can give warmth through your gaze, strength through your words, hope through your example. And when possible, offer financial help too. Charity is the language of love. It needs no translation. It's energy that never dies, because what we give away ultimately amplifies who we become. 3. Helping your community is shaping the future. We often think of legacy as something tied to children, inheritance, or career, but your greatest legacy is the community you touch. Ask yourself, what will the world look like because I existed? Who will rise because I reached out? Who will find themselves because I didn't give up? Your street, your school, your team, your country. These are all places where your light can leave a mark. 4. My personal choice. Leave more than I took. I don't want to just pass through life. I want to leave behind a space where others can breathe more easily. Every book I write, every act, every smile, every hand extended. It's not obligation. It's not strategy. It's not branding. It's a choice. A choice to live as though I'm part of something greater. And when you're no longer here, people won't remember your titles or business cards. They'll remember how you made them feel. Conclusion. Be a source, not a reservoir. This reset isn't a final destination. It's ignition. You haven't just improved, you've become a source, and now you carry the power to nourish others. Always remember, the world doesn't change through ideas. It changes through those living those ideas. Help isn't something we postpone. It's what gives life meaning right now, in this very moment. Legacy isn't what's left after death. It's what remains after every single interaction. Mentorship and passing wisdom to the next generation. Your journey wasn't in vain if it lights the way for someone else. After a deep transformation, when you begin to feel a sense of inner power, wholeness, and meaning, a new calling emerges. It's no longer about you. It's about those who are only beginning the path you've already walked, and this is where the mission of a mentor begins. I once dreamed of changing the world. Today, I understand the most powerful changes begin when you become a guide for another. Not a teacher giving lectures, but a human being reaching out their hand. 1. Mentorship is not a position, it's a presence. Being a mentor is not a title, it's a state of soul. It means being there for those who don't yet believe in themselves, and helping them believe simply by your presence. I haven't always been wise, but I've always searched for those a few steps ahead of me. And when mentors showed up in my life, they didn't always offer advice. Sometimes they simply listened. And that changed everything. A mentor is someone who sees the strength in you before you do. 2. Knowledge isn't yours to keep. It's meant to flow through you. What you've learned, discovered, and earned is not meant to be hoarded, but shared. Knowledge is like fire. If you don't pass it on, it dies. But when you share it with love, it ignites a flame of inspiration in someone else's heart. I once had a mentor who told me, knowledge isn't for being better than others. It's for lifting others up to your level so you can grow together. That lesson stayed with me, not as a duty, but as an honor. 3. The next generation isn't a threat. It's our responsibility. We often hear, oh, kids these days, but maybe it's not the youth that's the problem. Maybe it's the adults who've stopped showing the way. The next generation isn't just our children. It's anyone who reads our books, absorbs our words, or watches our actions. Our duty isn't to protect them from the world, it's to prepare them for it. Passing down experience doesn't mean imposing your view. It means being there when they're searching, being steady when they stumble, and being an example when they doubt. 4. How I pay it forward. My personal mentorship code. In my mentorship journey, I follow a few principles. Never belittle the path of the one you're guiding. Everyone moves at their own pace. Your speed is not their standard. Speak not from above, but from heart to heart. Authenticity connects. Arrogance repels. Don't teach what you don't live. A mentor is not a lecture, it's a living example. Remember, every student has the potential to surpass you, and that's beautiful, because your mission isn't to be the best, it's to be a springboard for others. Conclusion. The reset continues. You've walked the path of transformation. You've healed, discovered, and risen. And now, your gift is to carry light for others. Mentorship is a form of love. Sharing your experience is a form of immortality. And shaping the future is the truest form of strength. Creating a legacy. How to leave meaningful change behind. You won't walk this path without leaving a trace. When we begin the journey to ourselves, it revolves around inner transformation. But when we walk it all the way to the end, we begin to understand. The deepest meaning of our life is found in what we leave behind. Legacy isn't a monument. It's not a bank account. It's not fame. It's the impact of your presence in the lives of others. It's the changes that remain long after you're gone. 1. What is true legacy? Legacy is not what you own. It's how you shape the world. People, culture, community, the future. I've often asked myself, would the world be any different if I disappeared tomorrow? It's a harsh question, but it reveals the truth. Have I created something that will outlive me? A meaningful legacy is when someone, someday, says, because of them, I found myself. I didn't give up. I started living differently. 2. The change you leave begins with a choice. Every day, you transmit something to the world. Even silence is a message. The question is, are you choosing what you'll leave behind or simply drifting? True legacy starts with one deep inner question. What kind of change do I want to give the world? And am I living in alignment with that today? I've learned that legacy isn't built through plans for the future, but through acts of value today. When you offer something meaningful to the world, daily, you are already leaving a mark. 3. Your ideas, principles, and actions are already seeds of legacy. Your words may be forgotten, but your actions live on in memory. The way you act when no one is watching, the way you support someone who has fallen, the things you build when others choose to destroy. One act of love can shift the course of someone's life. And that's the most powerful way to create legacy. Live in a way that yourself enriches others. 4. Legacy isn't an outcome, it's a way of living. You can't create a legacy in a single day. It's not a project with a deadline. It's a mindset, a choice to live each day with meaning. I ask myself daily, did something I said today bring someone closer to hope? Were my actions a source of light or a shadow? Did I leave something behind today that someone will remember with warmth? These questions aren't pressure. They're a compass. They lead me into the depth of life. 5. Your story is your greatest legacy. Don't be afraid to share yourself, your journey, your highs, your falls. Because your story, exactly as it is, could become the bridge to another soul's healing. The way you've lived is already knowledge. And if it was real, then it deserves to live on, in the words, examples, and actions of others. Conclusion. Don't chase immortality. Live so you're never forgotten. Your reset wasn't just for you. You've unlocked your true self, not to hide it, but to offer the world a version of you worth remembering. Maybe your name will never in textbooks, but if even one person smiles when they remember you, you've built a legacy. Epilogue, a journey that never truly ends. I began this book with a deep belief that within each of us lies a dormant greatness, waiting. And now, as you hold these final pages in your hands, there's something essential I want to tell you. This is not the end. This is your beginning. Transformation isn't an event. It's a way of living. This journey isn't about waking up one day and being someone new. It's about making a daily choice to return to your truest self. You've already walked the path from cleansing old beliefs to creating a new identity, from emotional maturity to the power of leadership, from deep self-work to spiritual awakening, and all of it not to become some ideal version, but to return to yourself, honest, brave, fully alive. You are not a finished project, you are an unfolding story. That's what resetting really is. Not magic, not revolution, but permission to evolve, to expand, to live fully every single day. Your true self isn't found on a bookshelf. It's not inherited. You won't Google your way into it. It is shaped by you, by your choices, your actions, your heart. Keep the fire alive, even when it's dark around you. There will be days of doubt, people who won't understand, moments when you'll want to stop. And it's in those moments I ask you to remember. 1, you were already strong the moment you chose to change. 2, you were already a leader the moment you chose depth. 3, you were already a force in this world the moment you chose authenticity. Let every step you take now be not a performance for others, but a gift to yourself. To live is to leave behind light. I don't know who you'll become tomorrow, but I do know this. If you've walked this journey honestly, you already hold everything you need to create your life anew. Live in a way that your example becomes someone else's reason not to break. Speak so that your voice lifts those who've gone silent. Walk so that your steps help someone else find their path. Thank you, and I believe in you. Thank you for your trust, for walking this journey with me. This book is not about me, it's about you, about who you've already become and who you are still becoming. And never forget, you are not alone. You are part of a greater generation, those who chose not to survive, but to live, not to hide, but to shine, not to run, but to face themselves. That is the most powerful form of reset, and it's still unfolding, and you are already in it.